Emma Frost in 6 minutes or less. So we have Emma Frost here, and she is a utility queen and one of my favorite champs. She is somewhat of a dual champ because there are 2 forms to play her in, and I will go over both. When she starts a fight, she is in diamond form, and this is a defensive state that makes her great for a ton of situations where survivability is key. When in diamond form, she is immune to stun, bleed, poison, shock, incinerate, frostbite, cold snap, fatigue, concussion, and exhaustion effects. This makes her have great utility for multiple situations, but she has to be in diamond form to get these immunities. Her damage in this form is not that great, but you can boost it by 15% by adding Sentinel to the team. Emma can take a lot of punishment in diamond form because she gets a boost to perfect block chance, armor, block proficiency, critical resistance, physical resistance, and your opponent will take a hit to their critical damage rating. Emma also has some power control with her heavy attack while in diamond form. She will gain 80% more power when she throws it, and the opponent will generate 50% less power. This is a useful tool to get her into telepath form fast and to get in some damage without pushing the opponent to the special 3. If Emma suffers an armor break while in diamond form, she will be switched back to telepath form instantly. So let's take a look at telepath form. Like I said, she starts the fight in diamond form every time. Once she has at least 1 bar of power more than the opponent, she will go into telepath form and loses all defensive abilities and immunities. This is her more offensive stance. Well, sort of. She doesn't gain any base attack or crit rate, but she can gain more prowess charges, and that can raise her damage. We'll get into her prowess charges here in a minute, but I want to go over the other utilities she gets when in telepath form. One of the most useful is her ability to read minds. So champs will not evade against her when in telepath form, and also using her heavy in this form, you will have a 60% chance to place a taunt debuff on your opponent, much like Starkey, that will increase the chance they throw a special by 70%. Also, the opponent's attack is reduced by 40% while the taunt debuff is applied. Now, her sig ability is not that useful for offense. She gains the ability for reverse controls, making her somewhat of a decent defender in war, especially in the lower tiers. The second component of her sig ability is if she takes a hit that would cause her to lose a certain percentage of her max health, she automatically goes into diamond form for 3 seconds. To play Emma offensively, though, you don't need the awakening. Emma's big damage comes from her specials and prowess charges. She gains prowess charges in both forms, but they differ on how she gets them and what they can do. So let's do a side-by-side comparison. In diamond form, she gets them 100% of the time by landing a parry. She can only stack up to 5, and they do not expire. In telepath form, she has a 100% chance to gain a prowess when landing a critical hit that will expire every 7 seconds. She can stack up to 10 of these naturally. Now, in both forms, you receive a plus 10% attack damage per charge when using a special, so that is 50% in diamond form and 100% in telepath. But also in telepath, you get a few other goodies, such as a plus critical rate and critical damage for each prowess charge. When you switch from one form to another, you keep the charges that you have. They just either start ticking away if going into telepath form, or permanent up to 5 when going into diamond form. So looking at my Emma here, she starts with 721 or 26.5% crit rating and 759 or 187.5% crit damage. But as I stack prowess, her crit rate goes up, allowing me a better chance to get another prowess charge, and her crit damage goes up, making her damage output a lot higher, even with basic attacks. At 10 prowess charges, she has a massive crit rate of 3001 and crit damage of 1179, giving those specials a high chance to pop those yellow numbers. Testing on my Emma and some calculators, it seems to be about 68% crit rate with 10 prowess charge because of diminishing returns. So even if you do not launch your specials, her damage ramps up nicely. So getting prowess charges is the key to Emma's damage. You can double the rate at which you get them by adding Phoenix to the team. She will get 2 per parry in diamond form or 2 per critical hit in telepath form. You can also gain bonus prowess by adding Cap Infinity War to the team. Her specials have some utility, but they are mostly for damage. When you use a special in either form, you'll consume all prowess charges. Her special 1 is weak compared to the special 2, but does place a power sting on the opponent, much like Yellow Jacket, without the stun when the timer runs out. The best use for this special, in my opinion, is to dump your power to get back into diamond form if you find yourself needing the utility it provides in a pinch. Most people go for the special 2 because it does the most damage and has a concussion associated with it that has a 100% chance to reduce ability accuracy on your opponent for 8 seconds. Her special 3 can come in handy if you need to power control because it reduces power gain by 75%, but it only lasts for 8 seconds. All her specials though are true damage, so they ignore armor. Emma also has some more useful synergies like this one with Colossus that allows her to switch to diamond form when both champs are at the same bar of power. Not the most useful, but pair her up with either Cyclops and she can get critical hits through block that allow her to gain prowess charges when in telepath form. Now there are multiple ways to play Emma, of course, but if you need raw damage, keeping her in telepath, building prowess, and launching that special 2 is the way to go. But of course there are better champs than that for raw damage. When fighting opponents that are stun immune or have a lot of debuffs, Emma in diamond form is the way to go. I think the best masteries for her are definitely precision and cruelty since she does rely on crits heavily. Also, she is pretty suicide friendly since she will shrug off the bleed and the poison at the start of the fight. She will, however, take the recoil damage, but with the power of her specials and the extra damage from the suicides, opponents will drop fast. So that is Emma Frost in 6 minutes or less. Let me know in the comments below, how do you play Emma Frost? Do you play her more in telepath, diamond, or is it situational? Let me know in the comments below and let's discuss. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you guys liked what you saw and you want to see more, please remember to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Bye, guys.